this is your first time within the risk assessments and you are editing the sample risk assessment on the system, we recommend clicking on the Risk, Create a Risk link on the menu and viewing the video at the top of that page. This video will explain exactly how to create a risk assessment on the system. When you edit a risk assessment, you will see the existing information for this risk assessment. In this example, the risk assessment title was the dining room, the creation date was the 1st of the 12th 2011, and the review date was the 1st of the 12th 2012. This example risk assessment for a dining room only has one hazard. At the top of the page, you will see the statistics for all the hazards within the dining room risk assessment. This gives you a breakdown of all the hazards within their risk level. In this example, we have no hazards within the minimal and low risk rating, and one hazard within the medium risk rating, and 0 hazards within the high risk rating. Below this, you will see the hazards within the risk assessment. Most risk assessments will have multiple hazards. The hazards will be organized in order of risk level, from high, then medium, then low, then minimal. This enables you to see quickly those high-risk hazards at the top of the page, allowing you to edit them and modify them to reduce their risk. There are two reasons why you would edit a risk assessment, the first being that the review date has passed. The review date means that you would need to come back, review all the hazards, make changes to them, and add any additional hazards that you have identified within the setting. The second reason will be that an action required by date has expired or is due to expire. You would then need to come back, find the hazard with the action required by date, and modify this to reduce the risk. This will be done by reducing the likelihood of injury and the severity of injury. You may also need to change the what is already in place and the action required to remove hazard. In this example, the hazard was the corner of the table. Children may have been harmed by bumping their head into the corners of this table. Previously, nothing was in place to reduce this risk, and we added an action required to remove hazard of purchase table corner protectors as soon as possible. For example, if you have now purchased the table corner protectors, you can state that the table corner protectors are now in place. Within the action required to remove hazard, this can now be removed because no further action is required to remove this hazard. Now we can reduce the likelihood of injury to very unlikely and reduce the severity of injury to minor injuries. Now no action is required and no action required by an administrator. Now that we have modified our hazard and reduced the risk rating, we can now save our risk assessment. This is done by clicking on the icon at the bottom of the page. The changes you made will be applied instantly. Here we can see within the dining room risk assessment we have one minimal risk hazard, we have no action by date, and no administrator assigned to the action.